not a YouTuber, just like making videos. In this video right here, I'm going to revisit Cliven Bundy or whatever. You know, well, it's not that, you know, it's not that, wasn't that long ago, was it? Now, and I clear up some misconceptions and things that I wanted to elaborate on in my original video, but I guess I forgot. You know, maybe I should start writing shit down. But yeah, Cliven. And the thing is, I get it. You know, he makes a stand against the U.S. government. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Big Brother. He makes a stand against Big Brother. You know, I know. All right, and so I'm not mad at him for that. Anybody who wants to pick up a gun and stand up for what they believe in or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I guess that's the American way, as long as they're not harming people. You know, because people can stand up for the wrong thing, you know, especially when they're taking hostages. But I'm going to go into his racial rant and the hypocrisy of white America. Now, the thing is that struck me the most with his rant there, and plus, people have stated that, oh, that you've allowed the media to twist the words, that the media. First of all, I don't need the media to influence me on whether I feel somebody is racist or not. You know, I can just look at their own words, observe. You know, only thing the media can do for me is actually show me the clip. You know what I mean? I can sit there and I observe it. So it's no like control. Like you let the media paint this guy or sway my opinion. No, you know. Sometimes I feel the media is right and the media is wrong, and depending on what media outlet. I'm like, there's multiple of media outlets. I'm like, you got Fox News, you have MSNBC, and so forth. You know what I mean? You have the conservatives and you have the liberals. So yeah, but he says something about black people never learn the reason why blacks are just, you know, dysfunctional now, lazy and so forth, that we never learned how to pick kind. Now this is fascinating when, you know, white people tell me all the time, well, during all the slaves and slave masters are dead, so why am I griping about slavery? Now, I know that Cliven Bundy is pretty old looking. You know, if there was somebody that was alive during slavery, he kind of looked like it. But still, hence, he wasn't alive during slavery, so how would he know? How would he know that if these boys, we would have learned how to pick cotton, that, you know what I'm saying, we would have been in a better position in life. We wouldn't be relying too much on the government and so forth when he wasn't alive during slavery. And it's not like, you know, the slaves didn't run away. Like, slaves ran away all the time. You know, we have a bench and so forth. Now, people have said that he is a man of his time. You know, he's not going to be politically correct and so forth. But yeah, but do people make this sort of leeway for, let's say, Louis Farrakhan? You know, I don't know how old Louis Farrakhan is. I know he's not as old as Cliven's there. But why don't people say that, you know, when people are so against, you know, Louis Farrakhan's message and his words or whatever, why don't they say that, hey, he's a man of his times? You know, Farrakhan comes from that era of segregated bathrooms, era of black men being lynched from trees, you know, and their murderers go by unpunished. No. Now, or if some old 80-year-old black man was talking about these stupid ass crackers and all this other stuff, will we say that they're just men of their time? And then I think about the Black Panthers, the old Black Panthers, and I think about now, you know what I'm saying, how people will say some of these white dudes will be like they were a terrorist group and all this other, you know, blase, but weren't they standing up for their rights? Don't they have a right to be armed or whatever? Just like Cliven Bundy, don't they have a right to patrol their neighborhoods and so forth? No, you know, so we didn't get help. We didn't get help then, you know, from the state government or whatever that was cracking down on the Black Panther. Oh no, not just the state government, the U.S. government. cracking down on on black people, on the Black Panthers and so forth. And then you had the movement or whatever, Black Nationalist movement. And then when the black guys, like even the new Black Panther parties, I forget the name of that guy, who said that, he can't stand white people, and, when they want to arm up or whatever. Why don't we stand by their rights? Hey, you may not agree with them, but, what I'm saying, but can you vouch for them? Like, for instance, with Clevis Bundy. Now, if the government was trying to bully him, and from all the information that I gathered, that the government was in the right, that that maybe it was an oversight of the government that this guy was glazing on the land, and maybe some government official said, hey, wait a minute, he ain't supposed to be there, So yeah, but let's say the government was really trying to muscle this guy. Was really trying to come in and say, hey man, we're going to just take over this, we're going to take your land from you. I would be in Clevis Bundy corner. Even if Clevis Bundy was just a straight out member of the Ku Klux Klan, radical, white nationalists. And if the government was even trying to push them over and push them and say, hey, you can't be here, and really trying to fuck them over, I'll be on his side. I'm like, okay, the government does not have a right to do that. But here's with Clevis Bundy, it was like, okay, technically, going by the law, the government is right, and this dude didn't pay taxes. I'm like, nobody cried when Wesley Snipes went to jail for not paying taxes. And so forth. So why should we cry about Clevis Bundy? Now, there's going to be people have always have stepped up and defended, Clevis Bundy. But I think about Donald Sterling. Now, I haven't talked about the Sterling issue because everybody's talking about it, and anybody familiar with my videos would understand my stance on the subject matter. Now, going by saying that Clevis Bundy is a man of his times, couldn't you say that Donald Sterling is also a man of his times? And so I'm like, they're both the same age. Donald Sterling got money and he could put dye in his hair or whatever. But some people say, well, Sterling, he owns a basketball team. That doesn't mean nothing, Racists have black people work under them and make profit off them for ever since this country's conception. Racists will bring black entertainers to entertain white people. Just because they're willing to listen to a black entertainer or whatever, or profit off of them, does not make them racist. So if you defend Clevis Bundy's remarks, and a lot of people are trying to deflect, they're trying to say, oh well, we're talking about big government taking over. I'm like, no, I'm just talking about his remarks and so forth, as opposed to Donald Sterling's remarks. Sterling's remarks was a lot more horrible than Clevis, but still Cleveland is ignorant. And Cleveland's, and it's funny how people want to leave out certain patches in history, as if when black people were just freed from slavery, the first thing we did was ask the government for a handout. No, we had, we had Black Wall Street, we had Rosewood, we had plenty of black communities, but we had to run to the government for protection. Now, this is something that I mentioned in my video, relying on two sides of a double-edged sword. Same thing with the Native Americans. They had to, even though the government was partially responsible for their eradication, the Native Americans had to go to the government to seek sanctuary and so forth. To make a truce. So, so these rednecks, these rebel rousers or whatever, these ruffians, wouldn't keep fucking with them. And so forth. So they can be protected. Under some sort of law. And that's the thing with black people, that, we constantly get the, our conflict with white people, and it's hard, we can't, we can't, there was no way we can go hit up with white people, whether it be muscle or whether it be money. So the federal government claiming to be so fair, we had to, take our grievances with it and so forth. And yeah, in a lot of ways we kind of ran right into a trap. but still, we felt that it was our best option, you know, at the time. So the way Clive was making it seem like, you know, blacks were just, you know, just straight up lazy, you know, and lying, and that the slave master, at least, you know what I'm saying, had him squared away, you know, and this argument has been said, and a lot of young people agree with where Clive's stand. You know, a lot of Republicans talk about, well, the slave master fed slaves, and so this ain't just an old guy. You know what I'm saying? A lot of young people, you know what I'm saying, would vouch for this guy and so forth. And that, you know, talking about big government, that's just an ultimate distraction. You know, that I can't have feelings, and I can't, you know, that, you know what I'm saying, that what he said didn't offend me, and whatever. So, that's all I want to say. Thanks for watching. Sally Forth.